So the first question is, what is Gradle? So basically, Gradle is also build tool. Yeah. So we have so many build tools actually. So if you look at the evolution of build tool, I started with make files. After that, we learned Ant. After that, Maven. Maven was the last session which I taught you. MS build for the .NET, Spy build for Python. Gradle is for everything, I would say. Most of it is like a latest one, a most latest one in build tool categories, and it's one of the powerful actually support multi-language. So Maven Maven is good for automating the Java project, but Gradle is for for most of many of the languages. On top of that, Gradle is open source. So what else you need? Now you can write a code in for Gradle. Again, coding is everywhere. You have a coding. So in Maven, you might have noticed actually pom.xml. XML was there. In Ant, we had XML. But in Gradle, you can write in a Groovy and Kotlin. So we'll use today Groovy, but Kotlin DSL is also there. So highly customizable. You can use in both the way, fast and powerful. So using Gradle, you can not only write your own logic. That was a main feature, which was in Ant. That means the flow you can write your own, but the something Maven also, Maven had a one ways like, if you follow Maven structure, it will automate everything, and that capability also we have in Gradle. So both capability you can find it. That means you can customize the build script as your own way, and you can also allow Gradle to manage your project build process and all. That is very much possible. So yeah, I mean, if you want to compare Maven versus Gradle, you can do that. But my primary goal is to you to learn Maven and Gradle and start using it. So uh, comparisons probably might not be feasible right now, because you are not going to decide which tool I should use it. There is no need to compare and spend time on it, but learn Gradle and Maven. Okay, so some of the features which we have with Gradle, which are like running Gradle builds, authoring Gradle builds, ecosystem specific features, and feature for developer tool provide. So this is a, in short, uh, Gradle will provide you not only the building capabilities but also authoring capability. Authoring capabilities means the audit the builds, logs, errors, histories of it. Many features we have it. Okay, so these are the four features you have it. So yeah, uh, now in terms of dependencies management, Gradle support both. What is that? IVE and Maven. So what exactly this is? This is very important statement. So see, in Maven last day you have seen that Maven read the pom.xml for dependent libraries which you specify in the pom.xml, and then Maven try to download, look at the local repository, and then if not found, then look at the central repository and then download from central to local and use it. So that capability we call it a dependency management. That means tool itself will download the dependencies uh, based on the requirement you specify. So now Gradle do not have a built-in dependency management such like something like a Maven. Okay, so what Gradle is doing, Gradle using the depends capability mechanism from IBE and Maven. Maven is something which you know that. Okay, that means Gradle is using internally Maven for dependency management system. That means if Gradle wants to download certain libraries, so it will use Maven, which you know, and then IV also is being used. So IV was very popular with Ant. I would not like you to focus on IV because we are very, in this ecosystem only, Maven and Gradle. And support multi-projects build, easily customizable and things like that. So if you remember the Ant, we had XML again. little bit hard to read, difficult to maintain. This is the example for ant. I know you don't know ant, but you know maven. This was the maven. I hope you remember the last session. And then Gradle. So if you look at this Gradle, Gradle is more easy to read actually. More easy to read compared to maven and ant. So, and again, lots of things can be done in a few lines of code in Gradle. Compared to Maven, it was little more, but in Ant, it was too much actually, because everything you have tried in Ant yourself only. Okay, so how do we install the Gradle? I mean, there are a lot of ways. Depends on what platform you're using it. One of the ways I'll teach you, and I'll give you the demo anyways. Okay, so this is something which will do that. So, any questions so far, all of you? Okay, so now Gradle is also developed in Java. Please understand that. Gradle is also developed in Java. So you know that in order to install the Gradle, you need to have Java. Is that right? So in my projects, in my laptop, I have a Java already, but let me validate. Java is there? Yes. Java is there? Yes. Where Java, it's here. Echo, how do we see the version of it? Java hyphen hyphen version, um, 17. That's good. So it's there. Now after that, what do you need to do? So typically download, simple formula, download, extract and set in the path. That's all. So nothing great about it, complications. So go to the download the Gradle, download Gradle. Okay, here it is. Now I just said a lot of ways you can use it, but right now I'm downloading the manual way. So this should start downloading. Here it is. Now you know my favorite location, which is C tools, correct now? So I'll go to C tools. And if I see that here, Gradle is already there. See here, multiple version of Gradle is already there. But what I am looking for it, the one recent one. So let me, um, uh, it is recent one, but because I keep showing the demo for this, so I have a multiple versions already. So here it is, and this is a latest version. Extract all 8.6 point something. Yeah. Okay, so now I will push to here. It's done. Now what I'll do, I'll clean up the old one also. Else I'll get confusion and I'll waste time troubleshooting. So this is done. 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 And bye bye. Okay, so that is here. Now what I will do, this one I will set in the path in one variable. So here I'll go. Typically I set it in the user. It's up to you whether you go for system and all. It's done. That's all. So yeah, we are good to go. So can I now run this command and type Gradle? See, done. So if you see that here, Gradle has run. And if you want to see the version 8.6, anyways, we saw that actually, we downloaded. So that is there. So any questions, guys, all of you? Any questions? Hello? I'm audible.
No, no questions.
Okay. So now what to do? So guys, what to do? So first of all, if you remember the Maven, what was the file which we have? So the file which was pom.xml, if you remember that. I know that you don't know the ant, but in ant we have a build.xml. Okay, default file. Yeah, you have to remember this all this thing. Build.xml for ant, Maven pom.xml. So likewise in Gradle there is one file which contains all the specification and configurations for the build activity, and that is called build.gradle. Okay, yes. The default file for ms build is default dot ms build, something like that. Okay, so every build tools you have a certain default files. Likewise, in Gradle also we have a build.gradle. Okay, so build.gradle will contain what? So correlate that in Maven, you had a goal, correct? No, all of you. Anyone remember the list of goals from the last session? Anyone remember? Anyone? No? So we had a compile goal, test goal, package goal, clean goal. Remember? So compile will do the compilation, test will do the test, compile plus test, package will do the compile plus test plus package, right? So all these things. So same way in Gradle also we have a file called build.gradle, and that build.gradle we don't call it a goal, we call it a tasks. What do you call it? Tasks. So there is a things which you need to understand the pattern actually. In Ant we call it and Maven and Gradle. Okay. So here in Ant we call it a target. So when you set up a CI/CD, it's very important you to understand these terminologies. In Maven we call it a goal. Okay. And then Gradle, what do we call it? Tasks. Remember. So that's a primary difference. If some you're working with Jenkins and you are being asked, hey, we have to provide the task. So you should not get confused with it. You should find out the right task for it and then get it done. Okay. So yes, it contains tasks and plugins. Plugins, the one which you want to add additional features of Gradle. So we'll have a plugins. You can also see the dependent libraries also, dependencies, remember that, and the properties also. Something similar which we had a last time also. If you remember the pom.xml, we had a dependencies, we had a properties, and goal was not there. Why? Because Maven is procedural. That means goal is inbuilt. But in Gradle, both options are there. Either you can use inbuilt goal, also you can write your own task also, or both I'll teach you in Gradle. Okay. So this is something. Now, if you look at this here, this code here, will.gradle, here there's one task which is called hello. So you see that? And inside the task, what you are doing, you are just printing the one line of statement. What is the function here? Task println. So the task here, println, instead of println, you can copy, you can delete, you can build, you can, extract, you can zip, you can do a lot of activities. So this println is one of the tasks. Likewise, we have so many tasks built in, which I need to show you. So yeah, so this one, and you are creating one more task, which is hello. Remember that. So now each task, if you have a two phases, okay, please understand that. One phase we call it a do last, another phase we call it a do first. Okay. So do last in right now you have in front of you. So if you say do last and any task inside built-in task which you keep it inside it, then it will run last. Do first will run first likewise. So that's a ways to manage the Gradle. So in this example, there is only one task. Okay. Hello. And then at the end, the last line you see that you are running the Gradle hello. That means that's task. So let me help you to run this code. So go to the Gradle and DevOps school. Okay, let me go to the DevOps school and Gradle search for it. I need to copy paste that example program. So I'm just looking for, so many articles are there. Huh. Okay, so this one should help us. Okay, so look at my screen. So now first let's run one task. So how do we run it? Uh, this one. This is the good example. So the file name is build.gradle. Remember that. And here I'm going to open my, okay, so look at this code. Here you have a one task only. What is the task name? Task 6. And if you see task, you have a description. So this task, I'll leave it as it is now, description. And there's a two method we have, do first, do last. Okay, so I'll just remove this one for time being, just for showing you. And this is the variable which we are using. Let me remove it. That's all. So this is a skeleton of task. So this is your own task, whereas this is a built-in task. Okay, remember that. And this is the parameter for that. Now you will say, Rajesh, okay, this is my task I'm writing, but where is a built-in task which I can use it? Okay, where is that? So there's a hell lot of tasks we have. Let me show you one by one. So first, let me try to build this. So what do we do in this first case? So here, if you see, I will go and type Gradle tasks. Okay. Now this command will give you the all the list of tasks which is available. So now if you see that here, init task, you got it. Did I have any task? No. Wrapper also. There are few more tasks are also there. So do you have this task defined in my the script backend? No. So these are the built-in tasks from the built-in plugins. So the question is, where is my task actually? So basically, when you run the build task, it will not show you your own task. But if you say all task, then it will come your task. It will read your task. Can you look at the task 6 somewhere on the screen? All of you? All of you? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, last
Yeah.
line.
Last line. So how to run this? Just run task 6. That's all. T capital, I think. Yeah. And that's all. Now you should print that's echo. Did you get it? This is task, it is version. Simple. So now the question is, few questions got answered in this session. What is Gradle? Build tool. Why do we need it? Build automation. How to install it? You saw that. Where the script contain? Build.gradle. What is task and how to run the task? Simple. So now we'll little bit complicate. So now if you see that task has no description, but other has description. So now with that, let me copy the full code. Okay, this page have a lots of example, though you need a little bit of explanation. This I'll remove it because I don't have another task. So now this is the full form of task. Okay, one task. Okay, remember that I said very clearly in the build.gradle we'll have a task which is the most important one. But if you want to have additional features, then you have a plugins also, dependencies also, properties also. So here there is no property, there is no dependency, only tasks are there. Okay, now if I tell you here, this is the description for the task. Okay, now what I'll do, I will write do first last and do last first. Okay, and then show you what exactly which will happen. So this is a task do last, and this is a task do first. Okay, now what I told you, there is a each task we have a two method. One is basically three methods are there, but not you don't need to know everything in one go. It will take some time, and we don't required also. So here do first will run first. That means this will run first. Okay. So if you want to write something more, some more task, built-in task, this you can add it. And do last will run last. Let me check this. So run this tasks. And you see here, do first, run first, though it was last in the code, and do last ran last, but it was first in code. So this is something which you want to run it. You use do last and do first. Okay. So that is something. Now, how do we introduce the properties? Okay. How do we introduce the properties? So let me help you with the properties also. So yeah, this is not okay. I'll copy from the my code. Yeah. So this is the way you can use a property. Okay. So now I am defining the properties inside this. Let me first keep it outside. The scope can be outside. So if you see that these are the way you can define the property. Now this is the old method. This is the new method. Now there is a problem in this code. Okay. So this one copy paste mistake. This one should not be there. Okay. And now how do we use this? So dollar sign and this one, that's all. So this is the way you can use the property. Just now if you see example, see dollar sign and all, you can here. You can also put the curly braces if you want and so on. So let me delete one because not required everything and done. And if you see that here, the property was 2.0 and here property is 2.0. Okay. So this is the way what I said. Build.gradle will have a task, custom task, built-in tasks. Each task will have a description, properties, and method. And this is how the Gradle works. Are you understanding, all of you?
Okay. How to put the middle part? The do first and do last. Is anything we have to do for that?
Which one?
In the middle, like what is the body of the task?
Middle,
One is
there's
do
no as
first.
such. Huh. Do
After
last,
do
do
first.
first.
Uh-huh.
You can write this one also, by the way. You can write this one also. But
Okay.
when you specify do last and do first, you can write without do last and do first also. Okay. But
Okay.
these options are there. If something, if you want to prioritize, you can add it like that.
Okay. So one more thing, like there's too many syntaxes, too many properties, too many for the Maven as well as Gradle, right?
Mhm.
Is there any tool or IDE you suggest to write this, with autocomplete? Or
No, see, I'll tell you, you are not writing your day and night programming. Okay. So don't focus in order to identify certain tools, because if you say I'm a Python programmer or Java programmer, I will say you can use Eclipse or Visual Studio Code and this, that, and all. But
yeah.
it's just a configuration code actually. Hardly you have a 50 lines of code. For that, if you spend few hours learning that ID, that's waste of effort. So this all just a matter of few hours, not more than that. And you don't have to do every day. You automate the build process once. After 1 month, you will be modifying. After again 1 month, sometime I write a code and I don't modify 6 months also. I mean build code I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah, because sometimes it's the tabs and the in this case, like it's fine, like curly braces are there, but in some cases the tabs are very important and other thing, right? So those
Yeah.
cases, like, it will be difficult without the tool.
Right.
That's what I'm asking.
Right. Okay. So now the next question is, then here this is how you write a custom task. So then you will ask Rajesh, what are the tasks which has been given by um, Gradle itself? So one of the tasks which we use a print lane. So for that, knowing the task, see, here I'm teaching you the customization. How can you write your own build? So you have a control on what flow you want to run. You want to copy, you want to delete, you want to compile, you want to test, you want to extract, you want to zip, you want to upload, you want to download, you want to do this, you want to do that. For that, you have to find out the task. That's it's up to your logic, your requirement. Okay. So here, if you see that, I'm just trying to locate the tasks, the documents. Just a second. Hmm. So this is the doc official docs. Okay. This is the one you should, here it is. Okay. DSL docs, you can see. And these are the list of default tasks you have. And left side, if you see, these are all the tasks. See task type. Okay. These all are tasks. Though right now, I mean, more than thousands of tasks you will get it built in. But right now, you don't need to get into all these things. Just remember few tasks which you do on a very frequent basis. For example, you want to copy files from one location to another location. You can use the task here. What is a task? Copy name of the task, copy docs. This is your name, but type is copy. So this copy type is built in the Gradle only. See, this is my task. I am writing the logic inside it, but this is built in and require the parameter from and into. So let me create the environment first. So here I will go and write directory src, and here I will have some files, right? SonarQube. Here, this is the SonarQube file. Is there is a code, okay? And there's a destination directory build. It's a relative locations, okay? So source, I want to copy the txt file for SonarQube and put it in the build. It can be Java code also, C++, I mean anything, whatever you like. Okay. So now what to do? Here, source src and build. Okay, relative locations. Correct now? Yeah, done. Now, guys, here you see. Oh, sorry, I run task 6 by mistake. Tasks all. So did we get the copy task? See here, somewhere copy task is there, right? Here it is. Correct now? But description is not there. So I can add the description. Okay, and this is a copy task. And now clear the screen and run this. And here you see copy docs done. Now you want to run it. So let's run it. Gradle copy. Copy docs now, sorry. Enter. So only the copy will happen. If you look at this code very carefully, this has run. Okay. Now let me check that build has come or not. See, it has come. So you decide what you want to do. So for that, Gradle has given a hell lot of tasks to you. See here. Some of the popular tasks I must tell you. Copy task, which will help you to copy the files from one location to another location. Delete task, which will help you to delete files and folder. If you want to run any executables, when I say any executables, anything, including the script. So exec task, very powerful task. You will use a lot. Here you can run Tomcat, any commands, any script, anything. Basically anything means anything, simple. Here you want to create a jar tasks. Here you have it. You want to compile this Javac compile is there. You want to create a Java doc, here it is. You want to create a tarball, here it is. You want to create a var, here it is. You want to create a zip, here it is. Now if you're a test engineer, some of the tasks you have it. If you are a build managers, reporting managers, these are the tasks. No means thousands of tasks are there. You can use as per your need and decide the logic of the script. Are you understanding, all of you? Hello.
Yes.
Now the question is, you have a two task. Best imagine you have a 10 task, but you want to run only one task and other should be running automatically. In this case, if you look at this, I have a two task in my code, and if I run copy docs, only it is running copy docs. If I run task 6, it will run task 6. How to make it interdependency? So actually in Maven, it was a built-in. If you remember, if I call package, compile and test will happen automatically. If you remember that. But in Ant, you have to specify yourself. In Gradle, both the things are there. When you write your own code, which I am doing right now, so I have to define my dependencies of the task. But if you follow the other way around, which I'll show you in few minutes, then that dependencies are inbuilt actually. So for time being, how can I set the dependency? So for that, I need depends on. Okay, so this is the something which I needed. So let me put it this one. So here before copy task, I want depends on the task name is task 6. Done. That means if we call the copy docs before that, task 6 should run. Okay. So let me call this copy docs. And if you notice little carefully, okay, this is the task 6 has run. And you know what? Look at this very carefully. Out of two tasks, only one task got executed, but other task, which is a copy docs task, it says up to date. What does that mean? What is the meaning of that? So meaning of that is, if the sum of the task which is already completed by Gradle and there is no change and there is no need to do again, so Gradle is very intelligent. It will tell you, hey, there's no change, so why you are asking me to run? So it's up to date. Very intelligent. Okay, but if you add certain files, let me add certain files again. I'm adding some dummy files, and if you run it one more time, okay, and you see it has two executed. So this is how it is. Are you understanding, all of you now?
Yes. So,
Okay.
so this is like more flexible than Maven.
So Maven is enforcing you to follow their own procedures, which
Oh,
Gradle also has it, which I'll show you in the demo. But Ant asks you to write your own code, your own logic, which I am writing you in Gradle also, writing and showing you in Gradle. That means Gradle has both capability. You can write the script with your own logic, but you
okay.
say, no, Rajesh, I don't want to write it. So Gradle will help you that one also, second part also, which I'll show you now. Got it?
No.
So Rajesh, one question I have. See, you run Gradle copy task, right? The task
Hmm.
copy task. But
Hmm.
why task 6 do first two loss is running here?
Because this line, no? Because of this, that's what I was saying. If I want
Oh,
to
okay.
create a,
Oh, you added that line. Okay, you added
yeah.
that line. Okay, fine. Thanks.
So likewise. Okay, so now this is a customized way. See, building process, what you have to do first, don't jump on the automation. People do jump on the automation first. Whenever you have been given a task to build automation, do it manually. I repeat, do it manually. Don't use any script. And once you understand the pseudo code, logic, steps, procedure, then try to do that. So if you do manually, then you will know what are the built-in task I needed. For example, copy task I showed you, but there are hundreds of tasks are there. Okay, depends on your requirements, and this is a less actually. If you install more plugins, you have hundreds of more tasks actually. So these are the things. Now you'll say, Rajesh, I don't like to write a code. I don't like to write a code. I hate coding. No problem. So in that case also, Gradle will help you. Here, I deleted everything from this project. What is this? I need to disable this one drive. Okay, so yeah, so I don't have any files. You say, Rajesh, I have a projects which I want Gradle to manage. I don't want to, I have no interest in writing a code. No problem. Gradle has solution for you, and that is something similar to Maven. Remember that. Gradle has automated plugins for everything, similar to Maven. Remember that you want to create a directory structure, there are tasks for it. You want to, compile, there are tasks for it. You want to build, package, deploy, publish, there are tasks for it. How can we start the project? So first I need a project. So what I will do, there's one magical task which is there, Gradle init, which you might have seen it. Now this will create your project structure. So what kind of project you want to create it? Basic projects, one. Application, second. Library, third. Gradle plugin, you want to become a developer of Gradle plugin, fourth. One, I am opting for it. And here they're asking, hey, which script you want? I'm not comfortable with the Kotlin. I've been thinking from last 5 years to learn Kotlin, but um, not getting time for it. But Groovy, I'm very comfortable. So two. Now again, when I say Groovy scripting, don't get scared. You have to learn everything. You need to understand. Okay, writing is also one more skills which you have to learn slowly. No need to get panic immediately. Two. Okay. Now what is a project? I'll go with it whatever it is default. And here they're saying, hey, do you want API behavior, whatever it is? So I'll just go for the default. And you see, whole structure, basic project they only created. And here you have a build.gradle, which is the one which I was showing you. And this is a setting.gradle. If you want to modify the customization of this project, you can use the setting.gradle. So let me here, it's empty file. Just you can extend the file from now. Okay. So this is something which you have done it. But now I want to create a more better projects. So what do we do? So again in it, but this time applications two. What kind of applications? So see here, C++ is support is there, Groovy is there, Java is there, Kotlin is there, Scala is there, Swift is there. Then you'll say, Rajesh, where's the Python? Python is not there. So Python default is not coming. You have to install certain plugins. So then here it will come. Okay. So you can say in Google, Gradle plugin for Python language support, and then you get a jar file. You need to copy in the bin directory and it will work. Right now, I just need C++, Kotlin or Groovy of course. Project name, I'll go with it. Anything, whatever you done. See here, directory structure is created. This is a C++ project. Where is the code you have to write it? Here it is. Inside this, remember that it's like a Java only. So here product code will go for C++. See, sample code is there, and test code will go here. Okay, and now once the code is there, after that, how do we know the task, built-in tasks? So just write tasks hyphen hyphen all, and all the C++ tasks you'll get it automatically. See, these are the tasks for building a C++ project. Top also we have a few here. Okay, so these are the, you see, installations, assembly, compile. No need to do anything actually. They have written everything for you. You just need to write a code for the product, and testing the product, test code. Everything is done. What do you want? Okay. So let me delete this and let me go for another project in it. This time Java. So go for applications. What is the one? Java, third one, which I did in the Maven. Do you want the sub projects? Right now, not required. Which Groovy? Mm, What is the unit test? Of course, JUnit. What is the project name? I'll go with the Gradle. I don't care right now. What is the target version of minimum support? Default 17. Why? Because I have installed 17 only. Do you want this API change and stuff like that? No. Look at this. So here, this is your Java project. This is the place where you have writing a source code. I'm writing a one dummy source code just for the checking out. That's fake hello world program, something like that. So two code I'm having for the product. Now what to do now? Nothing. I will ask, hey, tell me the tasks. Here they will give me all the built-in tasks for Java projects. And here, give me the task. And here, if you see, it's taking little time. See here, so many tasks. And if you go up, so many tasks. Build, assembly, classes, clean, jar, test class. Now you'll see explanation is there. If you understand the project, you will understand this one. But you'll say, Rajesh, which one will having which dependency? Let's say if I call the build, what will happen? What other task will happen? Automatic dependency. So for that, what you should do, very simple way, go to the Gradle, build Java tasks, put it up, go to the images and see that. Very simple way. No need to complicate. Just a second. See. So if you see that if you call the build, then build will happen. But if you call the test, then build check test will happen. If you see that here, if you call the jar, upload archive and assembly will happen. Okay, this is not complete one actually. I think this one, or you can go for DevOps school also. Yeah, yeah. See here. So this is the way these all things will happen. This is a Java plugin. How do you know Java plugin? Because you opted for Java project, right? So Java plugin by default will work. You can validate also. Build.gradle inside that app here. Open this file. Just matter of getting comfortable. See here, plugin, which plugin? So built in here Java plugin and so on. Are you understanding all of you? So let me do the app build. One of the tasks which I should run this. So here app build task. I just run this. Some of the things will happen. Compile has happened. See, start scripting, distribution, test also has happened and done and completed. And if you see that here, this is the build directory. You have all the build stuff here. So guys, did you understand that how this Gradle will help you to automate your build, everything? All of you. Hello.
Yeah, Rajesh.
Okay, so the thing is you don't need to remember this all task. Why? Because these are the built-in one. Based on the requirement, you will use it. But if you read the one-liner, this will be useful for you. So if someone will ask, hey, can you create a package? So you have to run this one. Can you clean? Clean means delete the build directory. Clean. Can you only compile? No test cases. This one. Can you create a tarball? Here it is. Can you create a zip file? Here it is. So all these things are there.
So
Okay, so
Rajesh,
this is the yeah.
one question. So this is fine, like if you are creating completely new project. So if there is already existing code base is there, is there a way we can easily create a Gradle, dependencies and get these files?
No, if the build project is already there in Gradle, you don't need to know anything else but except task.
No,
That
no, not
see.
the code. Only code base is there. Like if you have already the Java code base, all the directory
Huh.
structures and everything is there.
So what
So in
you
that
can
case,
do,
how can
see, there are certain things you can do, certain things programmers can do. So you will
okay,
create a skeleton, the one which I created using init command, and commit to the GitHub or GitLab. Okay. And then you share that guidelines saying that going further, we'll use this structure only. And they'll commit the code, developers will commit the code inside these locations. Here, here.
okay,
And the test team will commit the code under these locations. This something like a Maven. And then
okay,
you know that these are the tasks which you need to run it to get the work done. So this is not like you only will do the work. This should be the team initiative, but you should know what exactly this is.
okay.
Okay, so any other questions, guys, on Gradle front? Okay, so next tool which I'm going to teach you is Packer. Okay, Packer is also very small tool.
Rajesh, one question before going to Packer. Do we have anything like multiple Gradle file dependencies? Is there something like that?
Multiple Gradle means multiple project, right?
Yes.
Multiple projects you can create it. For example, let me delete all this thing. It was giving that option, but I did not opt for it. Delete this. And let's create a multiple projects this time. Init and Java to application and Java third. And here you see, do you have multiple sub project of this application?
Oh,
So by default,
okay,
it's yes, a no, you have to say yes. And then you can build a Kotlin Groovy, of course, Groovy and
okay,
default project DevOps one. Okay. And Java version, that's okay. And API version is okay. Done. Now here, this is the one project, you got it. Now what you do,
okay,
you can convert into the another project like this and here. Now only you have to modify this multi-project in the build.gradle.
okay,
So this is the app one, this is the app two, likewise. Okay, this is the your build wrapper, which is a Gradle wrapper, which will be there. Now you will be seeing that what is this file? This file is, what is this? This file is, you can ignore it for time being. It's not required in the build, Gradle build. It's just for the Git related stuff actually. Okay, but in
okay,
this file, what is this? What is this? So what is happening? Let's understand this very simple way. Um, when I run the Gradle task, okay, some certain task I run it here. This is the task I run it. So in this case, Gradle must be installed actually and set in the path. Okay. So if you remember, I did it actually before running this command. But you know what? Gradle wrapper and Gradle bat, will copy the Gradle build tool in this location actually. That means you don't need to install Gradle. You don't need to install Gradle in your system to run this project. So just call the Gradle wrapper, which is I'm calling. So two files are there. Why? So one for Linux, one for Windows. So I'm having Windows right now. So running the bat file. See, so it is downloading the file. Okay, so that means like a next step of automation. Okay, that means you even though if you copy the whole directory somewhere, everything will be done by the wrapper only. So wrapper is basically it will download Gradle, copy inside this directory, and then run the build project. Got it?
Okay. So this wrapper will execute both projects together, is it?
Yeah, both the project. Yes, it depends on the task which you offer for it.
Okay. That where we define that task. Is there any Gradle file in this? Okay, in this directory setting.
So here, see.
Oh, okay. 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 Got it.
So here more. See, I have a three app right now. App,
Okay.
list, this one. But I
Okay.
added this one. So what you have to do? You have to comma
That
and add.
add. Okay.
Like,
So here also, can we say the dependencies like the first this app, second this app, and all those things? Is that
yeah,
possible?
yeah. Here inside that this app, you can put the dependency also. That's also you can do that. But here,
Oh, in the
whatever the order you specify, it will be done.
okay.
See, task have a dependency,
Mm-hmm.
project have a what is so
Order.
hierarchy. Yeah, hierarchy.
Uh, one doubt, like if I write the Gradle script in Windows, same would work on Linux also.
100%. See, don't get confused with the Windows and Linux versus war actually. Anything you write in Windows, it will run in the Linux. Anything you write in Linux, it will run in Mac. You must hard code your mind. Operating system is just a mean to do the coding and doing the stuff. It's not like some commands, some code will not work in Linux and some code will work. No, the only one difference is that Windows has a default cmd, which is a batch command or will run. Linux has a linux command. Bash command will be their different one, and Mac is supported by Linux itself. So it's like that. So operating system means operating system. It's not impacting your code actually.
Okay.
Rajesh, like out of three, right? Ant, Maven, and Gradle, which is the most advanced? Like, definitely Gradle, right?
Gradle. Of course, Gradle. And why I'm talking about because of I mean some of the, if you understand the background history, it will be very easy to take it seriously. The Gradle, the if you see the evolution,
Mhm.
spelling mistake, evolution of build tool. So if some of you are from the old schools, then I think you will have all this knowledge. Oh my God, this image is not good. So not able to find it something better one, but yeah. First initially we had a make files. Okay,
Yeah,
then we got ant, then we
correct.
got yes, I think this has a little bit of knowledge but not complete. Okay, so here you see make files 1970s and all. After that we got ant, then Maven, and then somewhere Gradle 2012. But apart from that, it's like this is a Java series actually, the one which I'm showing you, Java series. But in a .NET we had MS Build, for Python PyBuilder, NPM also NPM builders. So every programming language has certain build tools actually. Got it?
have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devoxschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.